Welcome back to Spiral Path Arts. I'm Beth, and I'm glad to have you here with me this morning. I just returned from a long road trip back up to Michigan to visit my daughter and my parents, and they're on opposite sides of the mitten, so I had a nice little mini road trip in the middle of my much longer road trip back and forth from here in Tennessee. I would share with you some things, purchases that I've gotten over the last week or so. Some on my road trip, some before my road trip, and some things that made my road trip a little more pleasurable. So I thought I'd just share. I don't really usually do these kinds of kind of product review videos, but if they're popular, maybe I'll, if you like what I'm sharing here. Everything that I'm sharing with you has been my own choice, my own purchase. None of this is sponsored. And I haven't been paid for any of my reviews. So um, let's get started. So first of all, one, I love books. Over there, which I'm not facing that I'm facing that direction, the camera's not facing the direction, are my bookshelves, which I had to buy new bookshelves when I moved to Tennessee because, like an idiot, I sold my big bookshelves when I moved. And then restarted accumulating all my books. So someday we'll do a bookshelf review, and we'll go through some of the different books that I've chosen to keep and or replace on my bookshelves over the years. But on that note, before I left for my trip, watching another YouTube witch, Stellar Rain Dancer, I make sure I got her name right, um, is she's Canadian and I'm from Michigan, so I'm practically Canadian, although I think she's more the Vancouver, western side of um, Canada. But anyway, I have found her to be very informational and very interesting, and I love watching her YouTube videos. I relate a lot to her because she also has an interest in more the Celtic path than some of the others, and I think we have a lot of things in common. So I do enjoy watching her videos. So and I apologize if it seems like maybe I'm copying her a little bit, because maybe I am. I don't know. But couple books that she recommended on her YouTube channel, and I immediately, while watching YouTube, opened my computer and either took a note of them, found out where to purchase them, and got them ordered. So one that I have been loving is Wild Magic by Daniel Forrest. And this is the book that I would write if I could write a book. Not saying that I know all the things that are in here. That's also part of it. If like I knew all of this and had all of this like organized in together, this would be the kind of book I would want to write. Um, it's not a really super thick book, and it's Celtic folk traditions for the solitary practitioner, which pretty much right there encapsulates who I am. I am a solitary practitioner. I am really working more and more with my ancestors, my Celtic heritage, and all of that. So you can see where my post-it note is. I'm about a little past halfway point, and I didn't even get out of the introduction before I started highlighting and taking notes. So this is a book I hopefully will refer back to and come back to, and I like to read these kind of books cover to cover first, take notes, highlight, sticky notes, all that kind of stuff, and then go back to the practical practice things that are in here and do them, because obviously some of them are seasonal or moon phases and things like that. So I can't do them when it's the right time. Highly recommend this book. It is not a beginner witch book, by the way, or druidry book or magic book. It is, but it's not super advanced either. So if you're kind of first stepping along the path of Celtic witchcraft or Celtic pagan practices, pick it up. I mean, I'm not going to say, oh, it's only for advanced witches, because it's not. But there are things that it assumes you know how to do. It's not a witchcraft 101. And at some point I have to make a video about that whole thing at some point. This is another book that I purchased, I think, when I purchased that one. And I haven't dug into this one as deeply yet. It is the ultimate, and when it says it's the ultimate guide, I guess I can throw everything else away I have away. I don't know about that. The ultimate guide to the witch's wheel of the year. Rituals, spells, practices for magical Sabbats, holidays, and celebrations by Anju Kiernan. It's a beautiful book. It covers beautiful. I mean, I would put that just somewhere here on my altar because it has a beautiful rendition of the Wheel of the Year on it. It is like I said, I've really only kind of, because I got this right before I left for Michigan and I didn't take it with me. Oh, and there's another book that I bought too. It's an old one that I bought used, so it's upstairs. You all have seen it probably, so I'm not going to. This is kind of one of those somewhere between, I mean, there's more information in here than like what we call a coffee table book or, picture book, but it also has beautiful photographs and it's laid out beautifully. So it's got recipes and, just different rituals and practices and crafts and recipes and things for the different spaces on the Wheel of the Year. So so far I really, what I have looked at in here, and I'll have to dig into this one more, but I like this book. Another book or set of books that Jess at Stellar Rain Dancer. Sorry, I apologize, Jess. I drove 12 hours yesterday. My brain, I'm just trying to get as much tea in me as I possibly can to get my brain back functioning. She highly recommended these books. These are not available on Amazon. They are available on lulu.com, which I was not familiar with. It's like an independent press kind of thing. Now that I'm familiar with it, I gotta go check it out some more. These are, and I have these, I got home last night. These were on my kitchen counter, the package. I opened it, and that's as far as I got. So I may have to review these later after I get into them. But Entering the Forest, a book for new and young druids, and then Walking with Trees and the Roots of the Forest, a deeper journey onto the druidic path. And they're by David Dom, delving deeper into the world of druids. And they're Entering the Forest is a book especially written for everyone who is new to the path of the Druidic and Celtic spirituality, which I don't consider myself necessarily new, but I do love to put myself in the space of the beginner space. I did that with yoga a number of years ago before I took my teacher training. I had studied yoga, practiced yoga for years and years, different teachers, different places, and then came back to it after a little hiatus and some stuff happening in my life. And I went back to a beginner yoga class, like a 6-week course that was like not everybody else. And there was a few other people who were taking the beginner mind approach to it as well, but came back to it with like a clean slate. Like I knew nothing, just teach me everything from as a beginner, as if I'd never done this before. And I got so much out of it. So that experience has led me to do that in other areas of my life, to look at things with a brand new, fresh eye. And I am by no means an expert. I mean, actually, I am pretty new to the idea of druidry. I guess I haven't really been that. Obviously, if you study any Celtic stuff, then you're gonna meet some druids along the way. And but I wasn't really sure. I took a lot of shamanic classes, and I'm trying to kind of North American core shamanism into a Celtic path, and there's a lot out there in that. Anyway, I finally discovered druidry. I don't know. We'll get into that another time. But those books I'm really looking forward to digging into, because I think I'm probably more of a druid than I am a witch, but I don't know. We'll figure that out as time goes on. Maybe, whatever. So then I get to Michigan and spent time with my daughter, which I haven't been able to see because of COVID and other things for over a year. And she bought a house and got to go help her with her house. So excited. And the next the day I was leaving her house, I was driving across the state to my parents, but they weren't going to be home all day. They had appointments and things to go to. So my sister-in-law, who lives over on the other side of the state, texted me that morning and said, "You want to meet us? And if you've ever been to Michigan, you're going to know what I'm talking about. Want to meet me in Frankenmuth for the day?" And I'm like, yes. Hadn't been to Frankenmuth in years. But if you're not familiar with Frankenmuth, Michigan, or central mid-Michigan, Frankenmuth is a Bavarian town famous for their chicken dinners. There's two competing chicken dinner family restaurant places right on the main drag of Frankenmuth. And then, of course, Bronner's Christmas World, which is it 362 days a year, 61 days a year that they're open, and it's always Christmas at Bronner's. I did not go into Bronner's. I parked in their parking lot to meet my sister and her sister-in-law. She must well be my sister. She's been in the family almost as long as all of us have been. And we went to lunch, and then we went shopping. And she took me in this. She goes, "Oh, you're going to love this little store." She was right. And I loved a lot. My bank account didn't love this little store. This is going to tell me where it is. The Funky Skunk. And I will try to find websites for any of these stores or any of these like artists and things. I knew I forgot something. Oh, well, we'll get that in there. The Funky Skunk. It's in one of the river walk. I should have written this stuff down. In Frankenmuth shops, and it has like all this Irish and Celtic stuff in it. Beautiful sweaters. You want an Irish fisherman sweater, it's a good place to go. I now live in Tennessee. I had a real hard time not buying all the plaid wool things and Aran sweaters. I would never wear them. I'd have to go back up to Michigan to wear them, but they were really pretty. So I found this hair. Can you see this? It's all spirals, silver spirals. So it's totally my jam. And now obviously my hair is above my shoulders now. A year ago, it was down past my bra. And in the heat of the summer, I was like, oh, I want one of those. We used to call them thongs when I was a kid. I don't know why. We also called flip-flops thongs when I was a kid. It's a Michigan thing, I guess. I don't know. We had like a leather one with, one of these knitting needle kind of things that stuck through it. Pile all your hair up, stick it through. So this is my inspiration to grow my hair out again, is so I can put this silver hair thing back in my hair. Then this box I picked up twice, put down twice, went back over 3 times, obviously, because third time was the charm, and before I decided to finally buy it. So, Triquetra or Triquetra. See, carved in the top, so it's like in relief. It's carved in, and then this is it's very, very nicely done. Probably not in Ireland, but what are you gonna do? And it opens. And one of the reasons that I picked it up, put it down, picked it up, put it down was that I wasn't sure that any of my decks would fit in it. But I came home and I did try it, and it does fit a deck. I think my druidic, animal, and plant decks will combine and go in here. I think that's what I'm going to put in here. Or I might just put my plain old Rider-Waite in here. Of course, I could put my Wildwood tarot, which is one of my favorite tarots, but it has its own Celtic inspired case. So I don't know. For now, it's going to go here on my altar somewhere and probably hold a deck, but it may hold something else. Yes, I would like to get that's another conversation for another day. So also in that, there's one more item I bought in that store, but I'm going to save it for last. So then we went to another store, we went to a bunch of stores, but I didn't buy something at every store. Thank goodness. We went to the Frankenmuth Woolen Mill, which has been in business for over 140 years or something like that. Processing wool, all the stuff. And I bought this little candle because it's tobacco and cedar. Now, if you've watched any of my other videos about seining, you know how I feel about cedar and making cedar bundles. And I just smelled it, and maybe because I was home and I thought about my grandparents who are obviously no longer with us, and it just smells like my grandpa's chair. My grandpa had this big green leather recliner and a pipe stand with his pipe and his ashtray next to it. And I know my grandmother had a cedar closet, and actually I have her cedar chest upstairs in my bedroom. Their whole house didn't smell like cedar, but it just, that it's, you know how scent is probably our strongest sense sense for memory. So maybe because I was in Michigan and I, was going to be near Grandpa's farm, but I love this candle because it's just small. And when it's done, I guess I could make a shot glass out of it or something. And again, I had another candle, which I think I took upstairs to take the old wax up, that my daughter had given me for Mother's Day or my birthday or something a couple years ago. That was from Sleeping Bear Dunes, and which is on the west side of the state where she lives. That was evocative of Michigan. So I burned that one completely down. And so this one's going to replace it. So also, so while we were at the Woolen mill, I got so excited. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. This is a sheepskin, the long fluffy fur, and it's one skin, and 100% sheep skin, specialist leather, dry clean only, brush regularly. I don't even brush my own hair. So I have to keep this away from all my animals, but I've wanted one of these for a while. Something I haven't mentioned on my YouTube channel yet, but if you know me in person or some of my other work that I do on my website, I do sound baths and sound healing, as well as teach yoga. And I've wanted one of these to sit on when I'm doing sound baths. Because I sit on the floor and it's hard. And or to have to sit, I don't know, just, I wanted one for a while. And I've looked online for them, and I just wanted to be able to see it and touch it in person before I purchased one. Because some of the ones, especially if they're coming from overseas, I don't know what chemicals they've been treated with. I don't know, the quality of everything. And I, again, apologize to my vegan friends. I have a faux one. It's bundled up in a ball on the floor over here because no matter what I do with it, it just doesn't look like this. So this is super soft. I just want to sleep with it. But it's going to go here on my space where hopefully none of my cats will get into it. Before I left for Michigan, this company had been showing up on my Facebook wall continually, and then in talking with my sister, who still lives in Michigan, she said something about having ordered from them, and she was happy with what she got. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to order. And it is the Flint Candle Company from Flint, Michigan. And the ironic thing was that I was literally driving. I could have driven through Flint. Nobody drives through Flint, but the general geographic area of Flint, it wouldn't have been hard for me to take a little bit of a detour and go to Flint on Monday when I was driving back to my parents. And these were being delivered to me in Tennessee. So shipping was a little long on them. That's the only thing I'm going to say. But right now I'm not giving any online retailers crap for long shipping times because it's a thing. And it is what it is. So Flint Candle Company. This candle is the incense and chai, and it's a really nice scent. I say I don't do a lot of candles, and if you can see behind me, there's a lot of candles behind me, and this is the second candle I've shown you. Again, I love it because I got the smaller. I think there's a bigger size in their jar candles. This is the 3-ounce size. It is soy, hand poured, vegan. So okay, vegans, I got a vegan candle. Don't be mad at me about my sheep, okay? Small batch, and it's made in Michigan. So a lot of this stuff is, I'm trying to support the home team, even though I haven't lived there in, I don't know, 35 years. But in addition, they make beautiful incense, really nice incense. And so I do like to use incense, and I bought a number of flavors, scents. So Earth Mother, and I don't have their website open. Of course, Lilith just came down and found a plastic bag over here to rustle in while I'm recording, so that's the background sound. It's very light. I think this is the one I'm going to burn today. I thought it would be a little stronger, but that's okay, because all the other ones are really strong, and you don't always want a strong incense. Earth Mother, Rose Hips and Honey. I burned one of these last night when I got home, and I had to move it into a different room because it was near me and it was very strong. Floral without being overpowering. It wasn't overpowering. It was just, yeah, that's a nice one, especially if you like floral scents without it being too like sweet, like it, which is ironic because it's honey, but whatever. You got me. And then Northern Michigan. Couldn't not get this one. Plus it said it had cedar, which I think cedar, juniper, it kind of smells like Christmas. This would be a nice one to have it because there's a strong pine and cedar scent to this. But I haven't burned one of these yet. But there's other like summer in Traverse City kind of scents in there too, as well as Christmas in Traverse City. Which for my in-laws live in Traverse City, so many Christmases in Traverse City. And they sent me a free sample of hot tea and lemon, which also is a nice one, just a little lighter, and not a real strong lemon scent either. Yeah, that's a nice one too. I like that one. Not over. Some citrus ones can be a little overpowering, and they don't have that artificial scent feeling to them. They feel nice, like they're not going to be chemical. That's what I want to say. They're not like a chemical smell. I don't know what they use for their scents, but nice. And my second to last purchase while I was in Frankenmuth was this I needed a new purse. I love a crossbody bag, a smaller purse, because if I carry a big purse, I put everything in the kitchen sink in it and it's too heavy. And I have back and neck and shoulder issues, so a lightweight small purse, especially one that I can crossbody. This doesn't have the crossbody strap on it right now, but it has one. And I found this in a little shop. Abby's, I believe, is the name. Did not bring the bag down. And it's vegan leather, 100% vegan. And my favorite thing about this purse, well, obviously I picked it because I like the size and shape of it, but it came in a store with a dust bag. Here's my longer strap, which I'll probably put on it today. And it is, the name of the artist, the designer is Jenna Cater, Kator, the Jenna Cater collection. And she is a Midwest designer. She is from Michigan, so that's the tag that was on it, the state of Michigan. And it's PETA approved vegan design and things. And all of her bags, this is the Metamora bag. If I had paid attention, I might have looked at all the tags to see which the other cities in the state, what the designs, and picked a city that I'm a little more familiar with. I mean, I know Metamora. I'm from the Thumb. I've been through Metamora. It's just not like where I'm from or my town or anything. But I like the Metamora bag. So she does have a website, which I will link in the description. And this is a really very well made purse. I think I'm going to be carrying it for years and years and years. And I was telling my sister about it when I was at her office the other day, and we pulled up the website, and she's got some really nice designs on there. And I love a nice designer handbag, and I've spent a lot of money on handbags in the past, and I found these to be very reasonably priced, I thought, for the quality, especially for the quality that you're getting. So, JennaCater.com. Again, I will link it in the thing, and I don't know her, never met her, I'm not even sure exactly where in Michigan she is. but I do like her bags, and I might get some more of them at some point. So that we are almost done. I forgot about this little item. I picked this up at the farmer's market in Grand Rapids when I was on that side of the state. And I think this was just cute. And it was from an artist. There was a potter and with her ceramics there. And I just thought these were cute. And it's a little tiny ceramic pot. And it's I don't know if you're not from a little bag of pot from Michigan. And because Michigan recently went, cannabis is now legal for recreational use in Michigan. So I have some friends that might find this funny. So I thought I'd get it. I don't know who it's going to go to, but I just thought it was cute. So I did buy a bag of pot while I was there. Just a little bag with a pot. Okay, my last item. Never in a million years did I think I would find this item in Frankenmuth, Michigan. Again, remember, it's a Bavarian town, not a Celtic town, not an Irish town, not a Scottish town. It's a Bavarian town. So I thought maybe I could buy a tuba or, I don't know. But I bought, where's my thing? Okay. I bought a bodhran, an Irish drum. And it comes with a beater, which I have rubber band back here so it doesn't bang around in here. Beautifully made. Hardwood frame. Goat skin. Okay, again, sorry vegans. I'm like 50-50 for you today. 2 skin things and a couple pure vegan things. I'm doing the best I can. I don't know how to play bodhran yet. It came with a DVD, an instructional DVD, so I have to go find my separate disk drive that I can attach to my laptop, because none of my laptops have a disk drive anymore, and maybe some more YouTube videos. But I had set a manifestation and intention that last summer when I was supposed to go to Dublin in Scotland, Dublin and Skye, I was going to both, that I was going to pick up an authentic Irish Celtic bodhran when I was in Scotland, or in Dublin, in Ireland. Get my countries and my cities matched up here. And of course, because of COVID, I was not able to make that trip. So I was not able to buy bodhran. And I just kind of put that aside. I thought, well, when I see one, the right one. This is also from I'm really bad at names. The Funky Skunk. I was going to say it's Funky Frog, and I knew that wasn't right. They had a whole bunch of painted ones, but I wanted a plain one so that I could paint it myself. Well, I don't have my painted drum here, but up here on the wall next to me, boop, boop, boop. And there's usually a third one there in the middle, but it's in a bag over by the door because I've been using it, are my shamanic drums that I have made myself. There is elk, moose, and I have deer that is not up there. So I've wanted a bodhran because I wanted something more authentic, more, I don't know, I think they're fun and I want to learn how to play. And Lilith is jumping into something. So we will see. Maybe there'll be bodhran sound healing, I don't know. But that's my haul from the last couple weeks. And a lot of Michigan related stuff, which I'm excited about. And it was a good trip. Good to see my parents who are getting older and have had some health issues in the last year or two that I haven't been there for. So that was good. See my daughter was wonderful. See my sister and my sister-in-law was a nice little bonus. Did not get to spend as much time with them as I would have liked because of work schedules and my limited time in the thumb. And so anyway, that's what I have for you today. If you have any questions about any of the things that I've shown you or comments, please leave them below. And subscribe, share with a friend, visit my website, spiralpathhealingarts.com, where I have information on my sound work I have information on my Reiki for animals and Reiki for humans. I have information and a shop for a lot of items that I make, some that I have demonstrated here on the channel and others. And you can also reach me through there, spiralpathhealingarts@gmail.com, if you want to send me an email. So I don't know where links are, but you do. There might be popping up right now, so you can comment. And if there's any comments on anything you'd like to see on the channel, please let me know as well. So we'll talk soon. Thank you. My name is Beth, spiralpathhealingarts.com. Nice to see you. Bye.